Sorry about that. Wrong start, I guess. No, I'm going to start it on the right note. So, hello, good afternoon, namaste to everybody who has joined us here. We're absolutely thrilled, and I just cannot contain my excitement about joining you here today with our Summer Summit 2024. I have to say thank you to each and every one of you who have shown their leadership in coming in here and taking the onus of being a part of this transformative event. I am Meenakshi Uberoi, and I'm the CEO of Pedagogics, and I am an education evangelist at heart. Most of you know me, yet formal introductions are something that are absolutely necessary. We at Pedagogics nurture education, and that's the heart and soul of what we do. Today with us, we have our team, who's here managing everything from back end and front. So I'm going to invite my team members to please turn on their cameras so that I can introduce everybody over here. And let me begin by saying that today, well, I'll be taking you through this 1 hour. I'll be opening up the session. Sorry, delivering the opening note to you. And with me, I have Ms. Duhita Parmar, who is here, who will be managing everything who has been managing everything and will be managing everything for all of us here. So, yeah, Dohita, if you could say hello to everybody, I'll pin her or I'll put her on spotlight so that she can say hello to everybody. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to see all of you over here, though virtually, but yes, uh, pleasure to be here with all of you, and we look forward to be there with you for all the 3 days. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, Duhita. And we have two more esteemed members of ours who are here to jam with us. So, yes, I'm going to request Chandeep to please go ahead. Miss Chandeep Marwah, if you could please say hello to everybody.
Thank you, Meenakshi. A very good afternoon to all of you, to all our esteemed educators who are present here. I'm really thrilled to be a part of this summer summit and to be learning and sharing all the information with all of you together. So let's go, wild and lots of learning together. Let's collaborate and learn from each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chandeep, for sharing the spirit of learning at Deep Pedagogics. We are always in the learning mode and we are here to share our learning with you. And we believe that, together we can actually brew and grow this community further. We also have Miss Gunjan Tomar over here. Gunjan, if you can say hello to everybody, it'll be absolutely great. She is a specialist. I'm just going to put her also on the spotlight so that you can see her. There you go. So go ahead, Gunjan. Please say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here on Summer Summit. And as much as you learn AI, you are thrilled, and we are here to learn about AI, and we are here to share some good practices about AI. And this super exciting session, I wanted to be a part of it, and I had requested Meenakshi that I would like to be a part of this AI session, because every time I join this session, every time there is a new takeaway from this session. Thank you so much. Looking forward to this enriching session. Thank you.
Thank you, team members, for bringing in this amazing energy in the room. Really needed, and I assure you that we will keep this energy flowing and going. So be with us, and once again, thank you for joining us. We've gathered here to explore the incredible potential of artificial intelligence that AI has to offer in reshaping education. And as educators, I think our mission is to foster an environment of innovation and growth. And AI offers immense opportunity for that. And as you heard in Gunjan's voice, Chandeep's voice, and Doita's voice, there is so much that we can do. And we are here to share all of that with you. So, over the next 3 days, we are going to deep dive into how AI can revolutionize our teaching practices, enhance student learning experiences, and ultimately prepare our students for that unforeseen tomorrow that we don't know where it lies and what it is going to be. Right. So, in today's rapidly evolving education landscape, I think it becomes our duty and it becomes an imperative for us as educators to get into rooms like this, have discussion, find opportunities for, ways uh, to actually bring this learning into practice and make it a reality and not just a buzzword that is a promising transformative change. But what does it really mean for us as educators? In this session, we will delve into the essence of AI, exploring its potential to revolutionize teaching learning practices. We will throw the noise to uncover the true impact on education so that we really know that this is just not some fancy features and some tools and some apps that people are offering. No, there is a lot of meaningful engagement that can happen, and the potential, like I said, is immense. So let's embark on this journey together and discover how AI can help us achieve our education goals. We have 3 packed days. Today, we have a 3 hour session starting at 3 p.m. from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Upon successful completion of that, the educators will be recognized as AI. Enthusiastic educators by the Pedagogics. So I can already applaud for them because I know they're amazing educators and they're going to do amazingly well and they're going to complete the entire training absolutely successfully. Next, we have tomorrow. We have a 6 hour, learning session. Yes, that's intense. 6 hours in a go. Oh, don't worry. We'll give you enough breaks. We will have bio breaks and we will also have a 20-minute lunch break. So don't you worry. We've planned everything very well. And followed by that, yes, another hour, and that is going to be the jam hour. That's the buzzing hour. What is the jam hour like, and how am I going to actually, we are going to navigate through that. We're going to talk about this in a while we talk to you. Day three has three new tracks. The brand new, and upon successful completion of those 6 hours on day two, the educators will be recognized as AI Explorer educators, and we already have more than 400, no, 500 educators as AI Explorer educators in India. So, yeah, big round of applause to each and every one of them who've already made it there. And I cannot wait to share my excitement with you for you to become AI Explorer educators. The third day, yes, I'll let you give that round of applause to AI Explorer educators. They work very hard. They'll be here tomorrow to share their expertise with you. Tomorrow and day after, they are going to come and share their expertise with you. The third day, we have three new learning tracks. As you can see, I'm very excited about those. I think there's always a new angle or a new lens through which we look at how to implement AI. We have very strong models in education that have helped us transform till date, bring about the necessary change, and take forward learning. We don't want to leave those behind just because new things are coming in. So we're going to have a blend of the newer pedagogies, existing pedagogies, and how these pedagogies are going to change with time and what is the kind of impact that they can have on us. So that's our third day. And of course, third day we have our jam hour and we have an open dialogue, the elephant in the room, the kind of, I'm going to give you the topic in a minute. So, there's an open dialogue. I want you to invite anybody and everybody that you know for that hour. These two last hours are going to be super exciting. So please invite anybody and everybody that you know. Like this hour was an open hour, and anybody can join. And what I can see is most of the people who had registered had joined, but we have more than I think we have about 60. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, around 60 plus educators in the room, which means that these are educators who are beyond, who have or joined us just for the open hour as well. So each one, please take a pledge of inviting at least five more educators into these forums, which are open sessions, jam sessions, so that everybody can learn from each other. To get into the details, you already have the agenda. I'm not going to get into details of this, just going to give you a very quick glimpse. This is what day one looks like, and you are already almost there into it. In another, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, we will be getting deep into it. Day two, here's the agenda and the jam hour. And here's day three. Yes, the open dialogue is about, we're going to bring that elephant out in the room, have a discussion about the ethical dilemmas and challenges around AI. It's imperative that we do talk about it. No point pushing it under the carpet because it's not going to go away. It's going to be here. We rather very much, know how to deal with it rather than avoiding it, right? So let me set the ball rolling for AI. Are you all ready? Because this is going to be a super interactive session. It's not going to be just me talk, 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 or somebody else talk, talk, talk. It's all going to be about you. It is about empowering you. Therefore, today is about you. Here you go. Your first task is that I want to know what's on your mind. What's the first few words or what are the thoughts that come to your mind when you hear the word AI or artificial intelligence? Use that link. We'll be giving that in the chat window. Please use that link and tell us what comes to your mind when we say the words AI or artificial intelligence. Go ahead, grab that one from your chat window and take it away. Give me some answers. I'm going to give you a few minutes and then I'm going to showcase to you what responses did we get. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your thoughts. So just exercise your fingers. Do know that if you're not sitting next to a device, please do. I mean, you are on a device, you're working on a device right now and joining this call through a device. You will need a device through which you can work as well. Okay. So please keep it super handy with you. And I would love to hear from you your thoughts about AI. I have about 5 responses. It's active right now. I'm going to start presenting my forms so that you can see what's brewing up out there. And it's just not me, right? So let me take you there. Here you go. Look at that. Yes, of course, machine is the biggest word that you will hear and the loudest word that you will hear when you say artificial intelligence. I'm going to pause here. I'll let these words roll in and let's see what people have to say. We have about 14 responses waiting for more. All right. Responses are still pouring in. I have about 20 responses active here. Do you see that? Now, this is AI. You're writing a response. I'm getting a word cloud here. Love word clouds. Why? Because this is what, when Chandeep said collaborate, communicate, this is what we are doing about collaboration and communication. We're bringing it all together. We're bringing in your thoughts together. And see, together we are forming this whole word cloud so that everybody in the room has a voice. It's the quietest of the voice that we will be able to see over here, hear over here, because you're sharing those responses with us. So fabulous. Look at that and let this one grow. We are going to share this on the social media to let everybody know what is it that's brewing up at Summer Summit 2024. Here you go. You have a complete view of the responses. I have about 34. Give it about 30 more seconds and I will take you back into the room. So we'll give a few more people a chance to contribute. This is approximately 50% of us. And of course, I can see everybody's response as well. Love it when you have so many words thrown in here. Here are some of the first words that come to my mind. Fabulous. Look at that. Yeah. Uh, when I think of AI, intelligence, machine, automation. So any view that you want, you're most welcome to take that over here. And it's a fabulous tool. It's just a form, and you're giving me a response in a form. Okay, now I like it because that's humans in the center of the room. Yes, we humans really need to be here. So I'm going to stop sharing and just give me a minute. I will share my screen just about once again. Hold on. It's just coming up. 1 second. Just about a second more. And we're back. Okay. So as you saw these responses, what is important is for us to have a collective vision because I think AI is at the heart of every industry and skill-based infrastructure. And what we are looking at is 6 in 10 employees will require training before 2027, and that's what the World Economic Forum had to share with the world so that and you're preparing people in your classrooms to do so. You're hearing it all around you. It's in the newspapers, and the AI technology is here. It's no more a magic word for us. It's no more something that's like really far away. So that's what we are going to decipher here today. So if we were to form a common understanding, we would say that AI is not magic. Magic is mysterious and cannot be understood or controlled. AI is neither of these. The more we seek to understand the concept of AI, the better we will be in controlling it and in using this for a very constructive purpose in education. AI can really, get you confused with many, many terms. So we are going to get to terms as well. But what I want to enhance and amplify and underline and make it big and bold, I want to say that AI can greatly enhance efficiency and accuracy in many areas, from administrative tasks to personalized learning. Everything can be made better using this important piece called AI, artificial intelligence. And it is important to remember that AI is not. It is AI does not have the human intelligence. It does not possess emotions. It does not have consciousness. It doesn't inherit ethical judgments. So yes, those are some of the things that we have to take care of. And human intelligence will always be bigger than artificial intelligence because we're the ones who are making the machine intelligent. Machine doesn't come intelligent. It's us and our inputs that help machine become super intelligent. Now, in the context of education, let me just bring in some perspective here. Education with AI can be very exciting, and some of our tools are already, some of our tools that at different places like Microsoft, Adobe are already using it for personal learning, and our teachers in our schools are heavily dependent on it. And with good professional development, our teachers are only going to increase engagement and offer tailored differentiation in less time, like Gunjan said. But what is imperative is we must try and understand what to expect from AI and what not to. So if you look at this, and I'm going to focus on the right hand side, which is educate. What is education with AI is not what. It definitely is not going to replace humans. That's something that we are going to put aside here right now because it's important for us to recognize that it's nothing without us. If I don't give any inputs, my machine cannot do anything, right? It's not going away. It's going to be here. It has been here for years. We haven't realized, and we are already late in that realization. And one more thing to add to the platter of the teacher. No, not really. This is like a seamless part of your everyday life. So it's not something that is being added that you need to take care of. Um, Another subject to teach? No. So knowing what AI in education is and not, you still have a choice. What if you do nothing? Well, that's a good question to ask, actually. And that is the right question to ask. I know AI is like something that's very important. It's going to improve personalized learning, enhance learning. But what if I do nothing? Well, if you do nothing, the problem is the AI divide will widen. It's not just the technology divide, it's the AI divide. Doing nothing is not an option. Just like access to internet or ensuring all students have a computer who get AI, you'll only enlarge the AI divide in case you do not provide. Yeah. So some of the students will be taught to use AI responsibly and ethically as a part of the learning, and they will have access to digital tutors and AI tools that can speed up their work while also enhancing their learning personalized experience. And the others will be restricted when they work. The world has already shifted into the AI reality. And, I'm presenting here today to ensure that our students and teachers have the tools that they need about AI so that we are AI empowered rather than, and we are able to answer this question very confidently that who is empowered to learn with and about AI? We all should be. Yeah. Still not convinced? Allow me to give you one more example. Tell me something. How many of you, how many of you are, teach science? And then how many of your students actually become scientists? No, not really, right? I mean, maybe some of them, right? Similarly, all our students need to use technology safely and make a positive choice to use them. They need to use AI in their classrooms to make an impact on their learning, but not necessarily all of them have to become developers. Yeah. I hope that gives some comfort. And, the goal here is to ensure that all students, they have to, they have a need, they have everything that they need to thrive in this digital generation, not to create AI specific workforce, but AI empowered and AI enabled workforce. I hope, you do agree with me as I say that. Think I've talked too much? Yeah. Here are some of the terms that I did not understand. I will put it out there between machine learning, artificial learning, deep learning, large language models. These are all terms for me. So, what do we do? Again, like I said, we need to unpack them. So here's your activity. You're going to help me unpack these. You're going to use, you're going to have a drag and drop option. Okay. So you'll have some terms, 7 terms, the ones that I just showed you in the last slide. They will be there on your screen. And you will have definitions with examples as some of the statements. What you need to do is you need to drag and drop the statement next to the word. Okay. So let's say it's artificial intelligence. You need to find the definition of artificial intelligence. Look at the example. That'll really help you. Drag and drop that to AI. And if it gets accepted, it'll light up. All right. So go ahead. It's game time for you. So use that link. I'm going to give you that link in the chat window. I know Duhita's already doing that, but I'm going to give you here once again. So here you go. You have the link in the chat window. Go for it. Play the game, decipher, and unpack these terminologies. I'm here waiting for you. You have 2 minutes by what to do that. My eyes are on the screen. Let us know if you're not able to access. We'll be happy to be of help. Uh, the 4 of us here, we are happy to be of help to you anytime that you feel. And yes, if you do have any questions, thoughts, comments, do keep sharing them in the chat window, please. I'm going to stay quiet for the next 2 minutes. Thirty seconds to go. Okay, I think most of you have done it. And what I'm going to do is, in the interest of time, our experts are here. They want to share and they want to know so many practices with you. They want to jam with you. So I'm going to go ahead and share these with you so that you can cross-check for what you have done is right or not. Take a look at the screen to see what you have understood. And if you haven't been able to access the tool, you can go ahead and take a read. So I'll give you another bonus 1 minute to actually take a look at this. All right. Okay, okay. Last few seconds. Give me a done in the chat window if you have finished doing it. I will know. Yeah, I know on some of the. Okay, you know what? If you have joined in here and you're not on laptop or desktop, I would greatly advise you that while you're joining the 3 hour session, you must have a laptop or a desktop or a tablet with you for the best experience possible. So please do grab a device, and it's imperative that we do join in using a device other than mobile phone. Yeah. If I were you, I would join using a mobile phone and I would actually keep a laptop next to me so that I can actually practice on that and I can hear you from here. Okay, great, fantastic. Now that you've done and most of you have looked at it, let me just unpack it for the final word. Let me just put it here in a box. So let me demystify this for you. For to demystify, we have to understand who comes first. Is the chicken and egg situation or what? No. Artificial intelligence is the biggest box or the biggest umbrella. And did you know? Can you read that year? Yeah. Can you read this year? I mean, just imagine how in 1950s you had artificial intelligence, and most of us will not believe it. Most of us were not even born in 1950, and my god, it was here even before I was born. That's new to me, right? Okay, so anything that machine learns from you and can perform for you, that's artificial intelligence. Then comes in machine learning. Machine learning is a task that machine does over a period of time as you keep using your device. For example, and the smaller part of it is deep learning. Now, what happens is machine learning, under machine learning, it would be my machine is giving some inputs, Duhita's machine is giving, Chandeep's machine is giving, Gunjan's machine is giving inputs. Now, all of that is machine learning. Machine is learning from everybody, right? Now, what is deep learning is it's more, it gives you a more personal kind of an experience. Now, when I say machine learning, my machine is learning from me, right? Uh, the deeper learning happens when my machine understands that I cannot spell the word receive properly or the receipt properly, and I get confused. And believe you me, I do get confused between I and E. It's just me. I do get confused, and I confess I don't. I'm okay with that, but that's what happens. My machine knows, and it's automatically going to suggest me. Yeah, so that's artificial intelligence at play. Generative AI. I don't think I need to explain that, but can't believe it that it's been here for so many years as well. So if that's an eye opener for you, well, be my buddy there. Okay, so you must be thinking, so what can where can I use this? What am I going to do with AI? So when you have certain thoughts like these, this means it's time to jam. So we're going to go in for our jam session. I'm going to invite my experts. We will go with Ms. Gunjan, Ms. Chandeep, who wants to go first? I'm going to give you the floor. The floor is all yours. Please take the audience into this world of AI to show how have you used AI in your classroom and how has it impacted teaching learning processes in your lives.
Gunjan, would you like to go first?
As you say, Chandeep ma'am, I'll just share my screen. Just give me 1 minute.
No problem. So we have Ms. Gunjan Tomar who's going to go first. She's a special needs education specialist, and she majorly believes in inclusiveness, bringing in accessibility into classrooms and teaching learning processes. If you have ever wondered how are we going to ensure or how are we going to deal with differentiation in our classroom, she has all the answers for you. Gunjan, they're all yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. And we are going to talk about how reading progress has been a game changer in AI and to address each and every learner's needs. We do understand that the terminology differentiation, but we often, consider differentiation as customizing or personalizing content for the students who are below average. But when we talk about differentiation, differentiation is towards high achievers, towards the average class, and towards the low achievers in class who need one-on-one support in terms of reading, understanding the content that is being shared in classrooms. You all must have experienced this, that some students are doing great, and the students who are doing well in English are kind of doing okay in sciences, social sciences also. Reason being, they are able to read, understand, comprehend the information, and translate the same into what is expected from them in terms of task and all. So that's the power of reading. And tool reading progress is a tool which is a game changer tool in developed by Microsoft in the field of AI. Why I'm saying this is, I as a special educator or as a learning support facilitator was depreciating classroom content to maybe, if I had three students in one classroom, one was talented and gifted, two were not as per the grade level. I was differentiating the same content three times, one making it kind of more complex and more challenging for an high achiever, at the same time kind of differentiating or customizing or personalizing it for the students who are struggling with reading and comprehension, or who are not as per the grade level expectation of reading and comprehending. So that's what I will just talk about in this session. So initially, when we begin with, is another AI enabled tool is Microsoft. These are check-ins. You gauge the mood of the class, of how your class is feeling, and that also gives us an insight as a facilitator, that that's what the class is like, and how I can modify my present assignment uh, to cater to the needs of the class mood. Or maybe if I am planning to take a pen and paper test, I can do quizzes for the students. If I feel that there are challenges, students are unable to learn what they have understood yesterday. So just a quick recap of the session that we had yesterday, so we can also have a quick recap through some interesting tools like quizzes and all. So it facilitates differentiated instructions. You understand, if there are certain students who are not feeling confident about the content of the which is being imparted in the classroom. So it helps you to cater to their needs. It helps you to modify your auditory, written, and task sheet assignments to cater to the students' needs. It also focuses on mental well-being by creating an environment for the student, because here that's a safe space for student to kind of choose his or her feelings, which is giving an insight to the teacher that this is what my student feels like, so I need to cater to the needs of this student by doing xyz modification in my instruction. This is another brilliant aspect of reading progress. It allows teachers to give specific constructive feedbacks on students' fluency, accuracy of reading, and comprehension. All three aspects are being taken care of beautifully. This personalized attention helps students understand their strengths and areas of improvement. Maybe a student is able to read, but when we try to gauge his reading, his or her reading, we understand that there are some challenges with comprehension, and similar constructive feedback is also being given to the students to help him or her understand what are my areas of strengths and what are the areas I can work on, with no additional effort of going through the reading aspect of making each student sit in the classroom and read. This is something that is self-paced, something that can be done at student space. Another brilliant thing is student while reading has found some words which he or she could not pronounce, which he or she found it challenging to read. A list of these challenging words also come up in reading progress to help students personalize their learning by helping them practice these words to read, and similar words can be given as an assignment to them. So this becomes a personalized assignment. So my challenging words might be very different from what Miss Duhita's challenging words are, or what Miss Chandeep's challenging words are. So this tool is doing all that work for us and creating an extract, reading extract for all three of us, depending on the challenging words we have encountered, to practice more and get more hands-on experience on reading and understanding these words. Self-paced learning, as I have already shared, that the key aspect is self-paced learning. It's not time consuming in terms of we are sitting one on one and trying to gauge students reading skills, his or her vocabulary, or his or her accuracy in reading, in terms of how many correct words are being read, how many mispronunciations are being done, what are the omissions done. Some students tend to miss out on reading some of the important words in the text. Some of them, they insert certain words. So all that logistics, all that statistics, we get it as soon as the students read the text. So when it is the student is reading, he can read it, and his video gets captured as for him to understand what was his or her reading pace, what was the kind of expression when he was reading, was it a monotone, was there a voice modulation while reading. So if we are looking into core language aspect and also reading and comprehension aspects for other subjects, you might also have kind of notice this in your classrooms, that when it comes to simple solving of math problem, student is able to solve that math problem. But when you give the same math problem to that student in an application form in terms of word problem, that becomes challenging for them. So this is a brilliant tool to address that. And I have been using this, and I have seen immense improvement in my students, because this is a sample that I have taken. This is a student who is in grade 8, but his reading level is of a grade 2 or 3 child. So what has happened is I have customized the classroom content as per the reading ability of the student, and with continuous assignments, his reading skills is improving, because his mental age is already of the age of a grade 8 student. So the pace at which he is learning is faster, but he is what good thing is happening here is this child is able to access, understand, read, comprehend what is being given, instead of giving him a super challenging task to read, which automatically demotivates this child. So if you look at it, I have got an analytics into all the assignments that I have given to help me gauge, okay, in these assignments, maximum accuracy. I could see, the statistics, the stats that show here. Purple is mispronunciations, pinks are omissions, and greens are insertion. So in so and so task, so you can also adjust the word limit of the reading task here. So I had seen that my student was finding this task challenging, because when I had given the assignment to my student on June 3, I could see that the accuracy percentage has decreased, mispronunciations have increased, omissions have increased, and insertions have increased. So this is giving me a clear insight into, this reading task is a challenging task for my student. So I automatically customize and personalize my reading content as per my students' needs. This is again the three aspect. One aspect is accuracy. You can see all the words that the student has mispronounced are being highlighted as purple, and all the blue ones are repetitions. All the red ones are self corrections. All the green ones are insertions. Insertions are they're adding words on their own. So this is giving me a clear cut indication of how my student has read this content. If you look at the expression aspect of it, so it is telling me only 1%. The reading is monotone. It's the beginning learning reading assignment that I had given to my student. And if you look at these green and blue button kind of thing, it talks about rushed reading. This aspect of the text was being rushed. There was rushed reading in this, and there was extended pause in this. So all that insight I'm getting to help me understand, okay, was the text level difficult for my student. That's why, there was a longer pause for him to, if you look at it, they have, then there is a longer pause in flippers. So maybe to read the word flippers, this child was finding, this child needed more time to understand what this word is, to break it phonetically, and to read this word, he took some more time compared to others. And flippers have been read twice. So that's very clear cut, giving me an indication of how my student is performing on a day-to-day basis. Then, very brilliant aspect is comprehension. My student has read it, but how do I know that how well has he or she comprehended it? So because reading and comprehension are two different aspects of learning. So this is an automatically AI generated text, and text complexity I can increase or decrease also. I can set the uh, word limit of the text, maybe 100, 200, 300, 500 for high achievers. And I can also increase and decrease the complexity of the text also. For high achievers, I can increase the complexity. And similarly, the comprehensions, I can make it on my own, or it can be generated by an AI. So if I'm giving it as in practice, so maybe what I do is I begin with something that my student is really interested in. Maybe, he or she likes animals. So I would like to give him or her a reading text related to animals. So all that. So if you look at this, comprehension, which is an MCQ based comprehension, simpler one, he or she had scored 5 out of 7. And the total time taken for him or her to do the comprehension questions was 1 minute, 36 seconds, which is also giving me an insight into, how well he or she has understood the text. That is all from my side. Thank you very much. Over to you, Chandeep, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Gunjan ma'am. I think this was super insightful. I'm just going to put Chandeep on mute. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gunjan. Honestly, this was absolutely insightful, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed, hearing and listening to what you had to share. And there are some useful links that I have posted in the chat window. This is what Gunjan was talking about. The tool is called Reading Progress. It's available within Microsoft Teams, and a deep dive is what we're going to take in the next hour while we are going to get into our training, the 3-hour training. Duita is going to walk us through the tool, and do know that in case your school doesn't have access, then there is access available at no cost from Microsoft. I've given that link also in the chat window. Take a look. And I will now give it to Chandeep. And yes, I know there are questions. So Pooja ma'am, just give us some time. We will have, I know when you meet the experts, you want to ask them questions. We will have time for that. Go ahead, Chandeep. You're on mute. Chandeep, you're on mute.
Yeah. Is my screen visible? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. And I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, we can see you, not your
Oh,
screen, though. We can see you.
okay. Just a second. Allow me to share my screen again.
Sure. So Chandeep and we have been working together for years. She's a great trainer. She is an experimenter. She's a learner, very enthusiastic, and she doesn't leave any chance of sharing her learning with just anybody. And therefore, she's here. Thank you, Chandeep.
Thank you. Thank you, Meenakshi. And thank you for that wonderful presentation, Gunjan, from you coming on reading progress. So, dear educators, a very kush afternoon to all our esteemed educators. What is the biggest challenge today? Can you think for a while? The biggest challenge which you think in today's life is, and especially with all the tools around. Any thoughts on it? If you can pin your thoughts, pin your thoughts in the chat window. For me, the biggest challenge in today's time is to extract the smart data out of the big and enormous data, which is hugely sitting at the back. As Gunjan was talking about a reading coach, all those details, that is, she was really able to extract that smart data which he could put into use, get out that actionable information, either at times in the form of percentages, it could be in the form of textuals, it could be in the form of graphics or textual information. But we really need to extract that smart data from the big, enormous data which is sitting there. And that is why we say, as in Meenakshi had set the tone for the session, that we cannot be omitted or we cannot go extinct, because we have to do that thing of pulling out that smart data from the big data, right? So, dear educators, as a trainer, here I am to share with you that I've had the privilege of witnessing the transformative power of technology in all these years. In all my educational endeavors which I've done, today I want to take a moment to share my experience with a tool which you can see on the screen is Copilot, which is my everyday AI companion. Yes, you heard me correct. I'm saying it's become my everyday AI companion. Why I say that is because it's actually like a trustworthy sidekick whenever I am in doubt and whenever I'm looking for something new which I need to learn. How? I'm just going to explain you. As an educationist, I found Copilot to be a game changer in my work. It has really revolutionized my professional journey. That is why I say it is not just a tool, but it is a supportive companion that empowers my creativity and efficiency. Let me share with you how. I'm just going to share my impact of Copilot in my life as an education training consultant. As a trainer, every day in and out, I need to personalize my training, sessions as per the needs of my customers. That is the schools, the principals, the heads of the schools, and the teachers. With Copilot, I've always seen that I'm able to increase my speed and efficiency by almost 40%. I am able to come up with beautiful presentations and creations, a huge amount of references, a comprehensive reference and the learning on how to learn further, and not to forget the beautiful chat interface, which really gives me the power that there is someone who's really going to help me whatever I need. And I'm just going to now share with you the example of how in my recent assignment I used it to my advantage. I implemented the Copilot in designing my training session. I was really struggling with my session and was really bogged down that how do I need to, come out with a session which was on teaching science through stories. Now it looks very exciting, but when you tell the teachers, maybe I have the capability as a creator, or maybe few teachers in the class will have the capability of, and also maybe have the time or energy to convert all those lessons into stories, because we say storytelling as a pedagogy is fantastic and it is being spelled out loud and clear by our NEP and the NCF policy documents also. So I was just thinking about, and I kept trying my level best to decide what will be the outline of my training session. And let me share with you, with all the inputs I did, I was able to clearly come out, and that clarity was given to me by no one else but this AI assistant, AI empowered tool that is Copilot. It really gave me, when I gave the right prompts, yes, definitely those prompts, the need which I had was to be given by me. And when I gave those prompts, I really got how to have an outline of my training session. I spelled out, and the minute I began putting the prompts, with a lot of clarity. For example, I had just put in outline of my training session. Then I thought maybe put in the number of hours. It divided into the number of hours as per my need. Everything in and everything was demanding and as per the demand put in by me through my prompts. Then came the idea of how to come up with different icebreakers. Again, I was struggling. How do I come up with an icebreaker? What could be the different energizers and activities when I'm going to tell the teachers how they are going to really teach the subject of science, which is a very scientific subject, through stories? Again, I got wonderful, wonderful responses, which I can share. And also, with the teachers, and also along with that, I got a whole plethora of lot of icebreakers, which I have created as a, I call it as my Jadui Pitara, so that I can keep using them in my other sessions as well. Then the real struggle came in was how to teach the chapters, that is picking up a chapter from their textbook and telling them on how to convert it into a stories. I gave one demo, but then the teachers had this question that, how do we do it? I am not that creative, where I can create a story. How do I do that? Again, I took the help of Copilot, and with my prompt, I'm just going to show you where I've asked a particular chapter. I had put in the title of that chapter, and I asked for that chapter to be taught in the form of a story. And you won't believe, beautiful stories along with wonderful titles. The content piece which I wanted, again, by putting that, I got the exact wonderful stories weaved out of that. I'm just going to share those with you. And not only that, I always want to leave my session when I move out of the room so that my teachers or my leaders, the participants, should always, they should grow and I should diminish. And with that, I always want to give them a list of comprehensive references, because I feel learning is a continuous process and I cannot deliver everything in that particular limited time. So therefore, I wanted to give them references both online and offline. And you won't believe that I got all my references, wonderful references, again through Copilot. Let me give you a glimpse of what I'm trying to say. So this was my prompt, which you see on the left-hand side. It says I'd asked for create a story to teach the science lesson on safety and first aid to children of grades 3 to 5. And you won't believe Copilot, as if it was talking to me, it said, certainly, the minute it comes, you feel so happy and thrilled about it. It says, let's create an engaging story to teach children about safety and first aid. I'd also put in some components. It gave me a story. I was not very happy with that story because there were few components which were missing in that story, and I wanted to deliver them through that particular chapter. So what I did was I again changed my prompt, and the minute I changed my prompt, and as per the prompt, you can see the title was The Adventure of Safety Sam. It came up with a beautiful thing, beautiful names, that once upon a time in the small town of Safety Village, there lived a young boy named Sam. Sam was curious, full of energy, and loved exploring things around them. However, he often found himself in tricky situations. Luckily, he had some wise residents who taught Sam important safety rules. So see the kind of context which it created. Now, I as a trainer knew that what are the important components. So I need to have a beginning, the input which has to be given. Then I need to give some content delivery, whereas how safety can be taken at different dimensions. The minute I kept on giving those prompts, my story kept on improving with the help of this Copilot. And not only that, it also gave me the golden rule of safety. Prevention is better than cure, said Grandma Rose. Follow safety rules and you'll stay out of trouble. And the teachers, I can't tell you, they were so thrilled and happy about this. And they said, yes, any story, any piece of, science which we have in our book, there is no chapter now we feel that cannot be converted into a story. And we could again go and take a step forward. That is, create different kinds of stories by giving different kinds of inputs, and to see some stories maybe have that a component where the content was given. Some stories only to be used only as an icebreaker. Some stories only to be used at the end for a closure of a lesson. So again, I experimented and I gave them time to experiment. And the lesson was the food we eat. And we could see again a beautiful story by saying Alex's Magical Forest Adventure, wherein there was a curious young explorer who loved to observe everything around and ask questions. So it is actually giving us a real scenario where I wanted to stimulate that imagination, and that's the purpose why we are saying storytelling as a pedagogical tool. So what I'm trying to say is, as a trainer, I was working hands in hands, like a hand in glove kind of an arrangement with my companion, that is Copilot, who was giving me all those responses. Not only that, I also wanted to give them a view of a digital storytelling session where I got a wonderful story on states of matter. I was looking on this particular topic, that how this can be done, and not only by just stating a story, but can be viewed. I got a beautiful story through Copilot on different states of matter. Not only that, I also asked for a video wherein a teacher is explaining or a nature lover is explaining how plants adapt heat. So I got another talk on this. So I'm sure teachers and educators who are hearing me, you will find that, this is such a delight for a trainer like me to get all that wherein I'm sitting in the comfort of my home and using this particular companion, where at times I feel I'm running short of ideas. That is why I said It is giving wings to my expression and also efficiency. So, dear educators, are you all ready to embrace the sunshine and co pilot magic at this summer summit? My earnest request to all of you is, dear educators, let co pilot be your compass as we navigate the educational seas this summer. Embrace it, explore its features, and watch your productivity soar. And if you want to see more, on our Deep Pedagogics Instagram ID, you'll see there are many sessions which have been taken up by Meenakshi and many of our other team members. So you can just explore, and I'm sure I have given you that insight that how this was actually like a companion for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chandi. We went whoosh with you co-piloting around, and I can see the kind of response that we're getting. So, I really, really feel that, you've created the space for us for the next 3 hours and for us to explore, understand, and take on this whole piece forward from over here. Thank you so very much, Chandeep, for joining us here and sharing your expertise with you. It's always a pleasure. I always sit like this and listen to the stories that you have to tell. So I absolutely loved it. So thank you so much. I'm sure everybody else did that
Thank you.
too. Yeah, pleasure.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So before I, wrap this session up, there's something very important that I want to put in front of everybody. AI has the promise, it has the potential. Here, there are benefits and there are risks. They're right in front of you. Have a good read. Education with AI is all about enhancing personalized learning. And I'm repeating myself by saying that enabling differentiation in seconds, increasing student persistence, and making learning more accessible with tools like, handwriting conversions to digital, text to speech, language translations, and so much more, which both Gunjan and Chandeep, you can follow them as well on Instagram. They put up amazing stuff on social media. So please go ahead and follow them. However, it is important to note that education with AI is not something that is going to replace teachers. It's not going to solve every problem that we have. It's not going to be separate from a computer science classroom. It's going to be a seamless part of our lives just the way it is. And let's explore the aspects further. AI in education offers numerous benefits between content development, assessment design, tutoring, fostering creativity, operating efficiency. I cannot, stop naming. I can actually go on, and the list is too long. However, it is also it comes along with some risks. Number one for me is misinformation. Please don't rely on everything that you see. Over reliance is something that I would totally warn you against. Don't just think it's doing your job for you. If you're a part of the next 3 hours, you will hear the 20-60-20 rule, and I'm going to share that. If you not joining us, then please go ahead and uh, go ahead and look at our Instagram handle. You'll find it there. Yeah. So that diminished agency. Do not leave yourself or your students as an agency. You are the agency. You need to be in charge. And societal bias is something that you should be very careful about. It's crucial for us to weigh these benefits and risks carefully while we integrate AI into our educational practices. And with guidance, I think an education system may realize the potential benefits and promises of AI to improve learning outcomes and support teacher instruction, just the way Chandeep had shown us. And that actually helps you improve the quality of education and enhance, the educational equity that you're bringing for your students. Without guidance, of course, teachers and students can be exposed to privacy violation, inconsistent disciplinary consequences, and counterproductive AI adaptive practices. So I'm not scaring you against all of this, but I just wanted to put in a word of caution. But of course, I'm going to put a pause over here because it's time for our 3 hour training to start. We're already 4 minutes behind the schedule. Those of you I'm just going to pause here. I need to say bye bye to you, but thank you so much for joining us here. Absolutely loved meeting you here. And if you want to be a part of Summer Summit, I have Mahima Gupta with me. You all know Mahima. I don't need to introduce her, but Mahima Gupta is here with us. She will ensure that you have the link to join our sessions. And in case you missed registering, then the link is also what we are going to put in the chat window. Let me see if I have it right here. We did remove all the links so that we don't mess up. Anyway, we are going to share the link in the chat window. I know there are requests from our members to say, can you please help us, if we want to be a part of this session, that please note you can be. Yeah, there you go. So all the links are here now on your screen, and everything put together, this link will help you register. So please take these links away. And once again, thank you so much for joining us here. I will see the participants of AI Summit, Summit 2024, uh, in the other room, and you have the link for it. If you don't have, look in your WhatsApp group and join us there. Bye bye. See you. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely enjoyed being here. Thank you, everyone. Have a really wonderful day ahead. And Maima is going to stay back. This meeting is going to go on for another few minutes. I'm going to jump into the other room. Maima will be here to assist you till about, let's say, 3:15, and I'm going to see you over there. Bye bye. Thank you, and have a very wonderful day ahead.